Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to a very,
Welcome.
very special episode of Game Overcast.
Why is it special?
Thank you. I'm glad you asked that. Does it need a reason to be special? I mean, really?
No, because you are all special.
That's right. Every time we get to spend time with you, our listeners, it's a special time. And that makes it special. Right?
Yeah.
Cool. I just wanted to say that so when I
dig it.
when I grab about your favorite game and call it stupid, you won't be upset with me.
Oh my god. That's not gonna happen.
Hello and welcome to Game Overcast episode
Welcome.
58. I am, as always, your gracious host, Matt.
And I guess today I'm Brittany.
And today, Steve is Brittany. You know what, Brittany? You be whatever you want to be.
Thank you.
I'll be here to judge you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
all we
It
can
wouldn't be the same.
That's
without
right.
You,
That's
honestly.
right. You know, when people ask, like, what would the world be without Matt? A lot nicer, but
Not-
much more boring. It's like you've often
It's a
told
good
me,
one.
what would a movie be without Samuel L. Jackson?
A good one. Oh, JK. I actually really love Sammy J.
He's just in lots of really bad movies sometimes.
I mean,
On this
in a lot of
Monday
really
to
good
Friday
movies,
plane.
too.
Well, that's because he's like the Christopher Lee of modern times. He's in 1,000 movies. A lot of
That's
them are not so
true.
good. You have to admit, Christopher Lee was in some really bad stuff.
I love Christopher Lee.
Me too, but he would admit, the first to admit that some of his stuff wasn't the finest.
I mean, maybe in the beginning. No.
Yeah. Then again, he also did a
just
metal
think he's
album
great.
when he was like 85,
And
so
that's the bomb.
that's pretty cool. Rip Christopher Lee.
I know. R.I.P. Christopher Lee. God. So cool.
So we will start off the show
Yes.
with something a little different. I figured we could talk some now playing, something we haven't done
Okay.
before on this show
In a while.
in a while, since an episode ago. I am finally playing Blasphemous.
Are you?
I downloaded the demo and then
Wait. I thought you had been playing
I played the
Blasphemous.
demo and then I never actually played the game.
Okay.
Because I was just busy with like Fire Emblem and other things, and it sort of just fell off my radar. But I finally managed to get a hold of it. Limited Run is doing physical copies, so it's like, yay, rejoice. Gotta love Limited Run. God bless them. That game's hard. Like, it's good.
It looks hard.
It's beautiful, and I mean, I'm talking about, it's just this gorgeous game with this beautiful atmosphere and very unforgiving enemies. And I was playing it when I was really tired, which I don't think was the best idea because my reaction times were crap. And I'm trying to block this thing, or like to counter it and, you know, kind of parry it and go on. And I got annoyed and stubborn, and I wasn't gonna I could just stab you, but no, I'm gonna deflect this. I'm gonna do it. And I kept dying, and like, ugh, screw you, lady with cross. Which could be any number of enemies in that game. Just you blank with cross or religious symbol trying to stab you with it. It's great. It's a great game.
I mean, it looks really cool. The art style and everything. I mean, we've talked about it before.
Yep.
And I'll have to get around to trying it and see how I feel.
I would say on a Matt scale of 1 to 10, I would rate it a strong bueno.
Cool.
Yep. You might ask yourself, what does that mean?
It means it's bueno.
Bueno.
That means it's good.
It's al dente.
What?
It's a very,
firm?
very firm game. You squeeze its little rump and it goes, hey! And then
You're such a weirdo.
I don't know how that would work. Like, what would a game's butt be? Like the back of the case? The part where it's like they cut the part out to save on plastic and recycle? Where is this going?
I have no idea.
Who am I? What year is it?
That's a good one.
Sorry. Britt, are you playing anything right now?
So I was playing
Right
something.
now.
Not right now, not right this second.
Plead.
But I was playing, God, the name escapes me. Also a limited run game. It was the River City Girls.
River City Girls, yes.
Yeah, River City Girls.
That's what.
There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
what it's called. Yes.
Okay. I don't know why I wanted to call it like River City Roller Girls. I'm like, wait, that's not right.
River City Roller Derby from the makers of Windjammers.
Anyway.
Another great game, by the way.
Yes, fantastic. It's my favorite, Steve. But yeah, I've been playing that, and it's actually really, really good. The only thing, I do feel like the controls are a little bit slow.
A little bit
If that makes
laggy.
sense. Yes, just a little bit. But it's not bad. The graphics are awesome. The soundtrack is amazing. And the game is overall super, super fun. So if you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. But just beware that it does feel a little bit clunky at
Now,
times.
do you think that's the Switch or the game?
I don't know because I've only played it on the Switch. I haven't played it for anything else.
Okay,
so I can't say.
No, I'm not saying that the Switch has ever had performance issues. I mean,
Oh my
just
God. Okay, I love my Switch.
banish the thoughts
I'm just saying-
that the Switch has performance issues.
I love my Switch. Did it come out for PS4 as well?
I would imagine so. It's a digital release for like everything, I'm pretty sure.
I wonder. We'll have to play the demo and see if there's a difference.
I'll have to pick it up on Steam and play it as it was meant to be played with,
Oh my God.
sustainable memory and
Oh, good Lord.
I know.
But now, I actually won't be playing anything for a while because I sold my Switch to put it towards the Animal Crossing one. Yay!
Man.
I know.
You're a loser.
No, that Animal Crossing one is gorgeous.
It's a
and I have to have it in
pastel
my life.
nightmare.
Yes, it's a pastel dream.
Gross.
You're right.
It's gross. It just
No.
looks like someone vomited all over a Switch.
It is so pretty. I love it. And it's going to be mine. I'm very excited.
Why don't you just... Never mind. I'm good.
March 13th. Come on, March 13th.
In before they delay it at the last minute.
No, that would be awful.
About February 12th, they're like, actually, we need just a little bit more time.
No.
Just a little bit more
I
time.
don't think so. I don't think that'll happen. I mean, they have the system ready to go. It'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited. I can't
Also,
wait.
not in before, just the fact, you can still only have, I guess we can just move on to the news here, only one island per copy of the game.
I heard, but honestly, all you need is one island.
It's just
Because let me tell
absurd,
you,
though.
Do you know how hard it is to manage a town and
Yes.
your people?
Not hard.
And you have to give gifts for people.
Not hard.
And then it like stresses you out because like, oh my God, what if you forget Miffy's birthday?
Screw
And then
Miffy.
you have to
Miffy has a drinking
take
problem.
care of your house.
Okay.
And you have to do all these things. Running more than one town would be chaos.
Look,
It already feels like
all
chaos
I'm saying
sometimes.
is-
And then, I'm so sorry, if you don't log in, the town, it's like zombie apocalypse. They go crazy, and they're like, where have you been? And there's weeds everywhere. It's so stressful.
Yeah, I would want to do that. I'd want to have two save
really.
files and have like a normal town where everyone's happy and joyous and they all get their peaches and cherries and oranges and everything. And then you go farming and you get beetles and you catch sharks. And the other one you don't log into for a year.
Oh my God.
And then you come back and they're like feasting upon the bodies of their dead friends and everything. Like Reese had to murder Cyrus and sell his skin to keep the shop open and everything. Can you imagine how awesome that would be?
Okay, so I would totally play a horror version of Animal Crossing, but
I would
no.
do that. Like I would run just a completely like jacked up version of it just to
course
have
you
it.
would.
But you don't want to do that
It'd be
now
1984.
because that would be your own. That's your only version of the island. Like I don't want to have like an Ark Survival Evolved island where like, you're like
Matt would teach his animals, war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength.
Yep, that's right. I'm just walking by like, all right, kids, which one of you lovely folks has read Animal Farm? All right, I'm playing a pig. That means I'm in charge.
Oh my God.
It's good stuff.
Another classic, just like 1984. Absolutely.
Very much so. But that would be glorious. But you don't want to do that because then that's going to be your only island.
Dude, but Animal Crossing, it's meant to make you feel good and to make you feel like loved and to make your animal friends.
I'm not sure if we've discussed
and it's
this,
supposed
but
to be stress-free.
but sometimes the suffering of others does make me feel good. Okay? Especially when they're digital. Because, you don't actually want to like kick a person in the shin and then run away laughing. Well, I mean, sometimes you do, but it's like
Okay,
just a guy on the street, you just kick him and run away.
so straight up, I used to write my animals, because you know how you can write them letters? And you can give them stuff? So I used to write them like crazy letters, like, hey, totally love you, but you suck. And it was so funny because they would get the letter and then they'd come up to me and be like, wow, Britton, thanks for the letter. And it always made me giggle.
Didn't they call you Sugar Bee?
They did.
Oh my
Sugar
God.
Bee. But that was for the one for the DS.
The
The one for the 3DS is the one that they called me Sugar Bee. And I did not send them hate mail. I didn't.
Did I ever tell you? I would do that sometimes. But I would just send a letter just saying, I'm watching you.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you
Like,
so much.
that's so kind of you. Thanks, Daddy. Or whatever. No, that was Pokemon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Pokemon where I had my little friends call me Daddy?
I think so.
Or
And
Our Dark Lord. That was you.
me.
That was you. Okay.
Our Dark Lord was me.
Gotta
and
love
that was
it.
wonderful.
Gotta love bypassing Nintendo's.
Amazing. My favorite.
It's like, well, you have to say something appropriate. I mean, I used to always, you can't call myself Poo Poo Head forever. It's time to move on to something more dynamic.
Like Our Dark Lord.
Our Dark Lord, yes. Or Papa.
I was proud of that. that.
Let's move on to some other. Not this is just a bad news show.
It is not.
So I mean, like the news is bad. So there's only one island per copy
That's
of
not
Animal
bad.
Crossing,
Who cares?
which means the save technology at Nintendo has not evolved since the GameCube. I mean, are we surprised? No.
I mean, it's not like you're gonna play.
I
I
just
know.
discussed this. You won't. I would.
But-
Other people might.
No, you don't need it.
But you do.
You're just gonna play your
Once
one
again,
game.
just the option would be nice to have two different islands. Like, what if we just have an island that stays like rural and wild and crazy?
I don't have the time. Like, I barely have time to do anything else. Like, I barely have time for art and for reading.
Well, some people have nothing else to do with their miserable lives, okay?
Oh, that's
Like
awful.
me. So, Warhammer, wrong war. Warcraft 3 Reforged just came out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of crappy. It's kind of not good.
Says who?
Many people. The game currently has a 0.5 on Metacritic.
Okay, but sometimes.
I'm aware that's
know.
review bombing. To be fair,
And
though,
also, sometimes people jump on a
I
bandwagon.
know. In defense of the
So-
haters, you've seen what the remastered version looks like, and it looks worse than the original. The game the game did not have a creative director. The Reforged version did not have a creative director at all. So
wow.
you can tell there was a bit of a smattering with the direction of where everything went. Reforged has permanently screwed up original Warcraft 3, so you can't play original Warcraft 3 now. It broke most of the custom maps that are 20 years old.
Oh no.
Yeah. So a lot of people are very, very upset. So a lot of folks justifiably want their money back.
See, it would be nice to have the option to go back
Mm-hmm.
and play the other one. So I wonder what happened. Like, why can't they make the other one accessible as well?
Blizzard is a dumpster fire. That's my assumption as to why. At this point, they're just a pile of trash that the good folks have like run. They're like Treasure. Like Treasure hasn't made a good game in like 10 years because they haven't made a game in
How
like
could
10
you
years.
say that?
Because it's the truth.
Diablo
I could.
is we just talked on the last show how we've played Diablo so
Yes.
many times.
No. I'm talking about Treasure, not Blizzard.
But you were talking about Blizzard.
Yes.
You said Blizzard was a dumpster fire.
Because right now they are.
But no,
What's the last good thing Blizzard made?
Diablo.
How long ago was that?
I don't know, but it's really good, and we still play it till this day.
We do.
And they're about to come out with the new
I
Diablo.
also play,
Hopefully,
about to in like 3 years.
Maybe.
If they aren't dissolved into Activision's bosom
But
by
honestly, who cares about Warcraft? It is all about
then.
Diablo.
How
I'm
dare
sorry,
you?
but please put all of your assets into Diablo. We need it.
And this is from someone who doesn't like WoW anymore. I love me some Warcraft.
you do.
Okay?
I know you do.
And I'm
It doesn't
very
matter.
upset about this. Screw
No.
you. That's not nice. Whatever. So people are trying to get refunds.
Mm-hmm.
And Blizzard is being rather, one would say, deliberately obtuse in the refund process because you don't want to make it easy for people to get their money back.
Well, yeah, because they're still a business. They still have bills to pay.
Of
and
course.
So
what one
yeah.
would think, how do you maintain your customers and keep your money? You would make a good game, but Blizzard says no. We're going to make refunds really hard to do.
But is the game really that bad?
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I'm gonna have to see this for myself.
Go for it. It's definitely. It's a matter of where they took a fantastic game and made it significantly worse. Like the game itself isn't 100% garbage, but they took a game that was already really good and made it not good. And that itself is just a big slap in the face. So anyways, people have gone to Blizzard's forum, be like, hey, I don't like this. It's not thing. I can't play custom maps. It's stupid. I want to be able to refund the game. And other players are on there saying, sure, this is how you do it. And Blizzard is banning those people for telling them how to get refunds, which I think is kind of funny.
I get it. It's just it's a gray area. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're running a business. Those things they have to pay those people. That takes a lot of assets. You know what I mean? So
All 4 of the artists that worked on the new game because they outsourced all the rest of the work to Malaysia. Did you know that?
yeah, but you still have to pay.
I know. I'm just saying
that's,
it's like
that's
all
still
of
stuff out of pocket.
all of their hard work, their billion-dollar company.
They're working on Diablo, which I can't fault them for.
If they aren't outsourcing that too.
I am very looking forward to Diablo. Look, that trailer was perfect. Don't rain on my parade.
They've outsourced all the work to Australia, which looks like a hellscape right now.
Don't pee in my fruit Loops.
Thank God those fires are finally out, by the way. Goodness gracious. What?
It's just really
The
sad.
koalas are fine.
It's just really
Most
sad
of them.
because a lot of animals
Yes,
died,
it
and
was
it's
very
just
not good.
It hurts my heart.
Although, to be fair, a lot of them would have killed you.
That doesn't matter.
So, I'm okay if the cute, fluffy ones survive.
That's so wrong.
I'm not okay if the or no, I'm that's why I'm okay. I'm also okay if all of the spiders exploded.
Oh my god! But you're the one who's always like, spiders are so good for your environment.
They are, but I
You
don't live in
shouldn't be
Australia.
Scared of them, Brittany.
Well, you shouldn't be scared of the one in your apartment.
But I'm terrified.
You should be scared of the one the size of a king crab. Okay, that like
I got the chills. I feel like something.
when a
touched
spider
me.
has to wear boots, it's too big. When they start eating
There's-
birds,
Yeah, I was gonna say there are spiders that eat birds, and that's terrifying to me.
that's too big. Okay.
I feel like something touched my foot.
Like, if I can't punch a spider once and kill it, it's too big.
Oh my god!
All right? If it's going to punch me back. All right? If it's going to, like, file a lawsuit because it's gone to school and it knows better.
Gross. Okay.
And that spider's Peter Parker. No.
Oh no.
So, Warcraft, blah, blah, not good. Let's just move on. Last episode, Brittany had a great idea. We're going to talk about video game trailers or previews or whatever you want to call them.
And I actually don't know if we've talked about this before, but I know we've mentioned trailers.
We've done a cinematic show, and some of those points were trailers. So we might go over those again. We might have come up with some new things. I don't know. I've got like 6 things on my list, so
Oh, I only have like 5.
that's not bad. I had to give you one of mine because I figured that was the one you were going to do, and you did. You're like,
Yeah,
I'm going to do
I
this
did.
one. I'm like, I'll just take that off my list. Well, that was my first. That was like my serious first, like, good one. So you go ahead and go first, Britt, then I'll go next. All right, Whit. All right, Whitney.
I think you almost called me Witcher, which leads me into my first trailer, The Witcher Wild Hunt.
It's the third one.
Yes.
Okay.
And the one with the pretty song. The song that is titled
The one with the evil redhead vampire chick?
Lullaby of Woe.
So the one with the evil redhead vampire chick.
And at night, and then he like walks out and she's singing and she looks like a normal person, and then
And she
like,
takes off her
sings the pretty
clothes.
song.
And you're like, oh, this is going to be good. And then she floats away and tries to eat him.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like really touching.
Why was it touching?
And that song is amazing.
It's a good song.
The song is touching.
I like the part where he cut her head off.
Oh my god. Of course you did.
Where he poisons his own blood, so when she bites him, she's like, eh.
Of course.
It's good stuff. I like it. God, I love that game. But that was a wonderful trailer. You know, I'm going to go ahead and... all right, so I want to shuffle my list to kind of match you then, Britt. And I have one on here that's not on my list, but I was going to have on my list, and apparently didn't put on my list. It's not on my list.
Okay.
It's a very special night.
What's
You know
the song?
why?
Because you're special.
It's not a song. It's the
Oh,
trailer.
what's the song?
It's the.
I meant what's the trailer? You know what I meant.
Coming up next on Radio Brittany.
I'm thinking of Lullaby of Woe. It's such a good
Songs
song.
about the devil. All day, all night. Because you requested it. What's that? Didn't request it? Too bad.
You get it.
My first choice, pick, selection is the cinematic trailer for, wait for it, kids, Cyberpunk 2077.
You cheater. Okay. I mean, I guess it's a trailer. Fine.
I mean, can we just say that quick video managed to hook me so hard
Yes.
for so many years with
Yes.
nothing else?
I know.
There's just a lady in the street with mantis blades.
Because essentially, it looks like a Blade Runner hunting a replicant.
Yeah.
And what is better than
It's
that?
good stuff. And now everyone's like, the city's too bright and the sun's
No.
out. I'm like, because the sun, of course, doesn't exist. I mean, and you know they're deliberately not showing you nighttime until
Oh,
like
of
a
course.
week before it comes out. So
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna be like,
sure. I mean, you've seen like some stuff.
it's very minimal.
But,
it specifically
yeah.
only shows you gameplay during the day usually.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm very excited, and of course, you know, neons are my favorite.
Oh, the neon,
So
yes.
I'm ready. My body is
But
ready.
Cyberpunk, yes, indeed.
Of course.
That's gonna be like
Yeah.
every episode we have to talk about
Dang,
Cyberpunk.
I should have said that. I know.
Well, you didn't. You're up, kid.
Okay, so. God, that was a really good one. And the Witcher one is so good too. Ugh, I can't.
They know how to make their trailers.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. Okay, so the next one that I have on here, I did mention last show, but it was so good I can't not, because I thought it was like, okay,
It's on every list of trailers
it
ever.
really is.
Like good
and,
trailers.
And honestly, it's Dead Island.
Yep.
Of course. Because the whole trailer is just art.
It was really good.
It is beautifully done with the music and the visuals and the slow-mo. It's really good.
Slow-mo's nice. How everything's happening backwards.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It built a lot of hype. Mm-hmm. It did.
I can see that.
Which is what a trailer is meant to
The
do.
game itself wasn't nearly that good. The game
thought
was
the game was
the game
good.
was fun, but it wasn't that good.
It's definitely more fun if you play with three other
Definitely,
people.
yeah.
So if you have a full group and you know who you're playing with, I think that is truly the way the game was meant to be played. Though it's still enjoyable
Dying
by
Light's better.
yourself. Sure.
Dying Light's better.
I feel like they're two different beasts, you know, because Dead Island is funnier.
Dying Light's pretty funny.
I feel like
I mean,
Dead Island
see,
is...
the trailer though didn't make the game out to be
it just
funny.
has that feel to me, you know, that it's like, and I know the trailer kind of didn't make it seem
Hardcore,
like it was gonna
serious,
be,
Romero-esque kind of.
yeah. But the opening cinematic is one of my favorites.
What, the one where you're at the party?
Where you're at the party and then your screen gets blurry.
Yeah, you get wasted and you wake up
Yeah.
and there's zombies everywhere.
So
That was pretty
good.
nice.
So
I will
good.
take that.
It's a really good one.
Okay, moving along.
Okay.
I thought for a while about having the Believe trailer from Halo 3 on this list.
Okay.
You know, the one with the massive diorama where it was all like the little figures that were painted and having like the soldiers crying and everything roaring and then the chief standing there looking all cool and strong. It was actually being held up, but whatever.
I actually don't remember
You
that.
don't remember
No,
that?
I
Yes.
don't.
It was like somewhat like a massive like Warhammer army
Oh.
of this Halo with like this really pretty like piano thing playing in the background and it was super nice. I'm not going to put that one on here.
Okay.
I'm going to put the trailer for Bulletstorm on here, which was
I don't remember.
it was a parody of that trailer where it was a bunch of things like Bulletstorm but like super gory and cheesy and it goes to the main character being held up like this and then he just vomits all over the place.
What?
Like the action figure just starts squirting fake puke all over the place. It was like, yes.
That's pretty funny.
Yes. Glorious. And Bulletstorm itself was just that kind of game, you know? Where you played a guy
That was.
voiced by Spike Spiegel, pretty much.
Yeah.
And just did fun things with weapons, and it was nice.
I miss those games sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, because you know the type of person I am. I love stuff that's allegorical and has symbolism and has meaning and blah 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 blah. But sometimes it's
You just want
fun
to blow stuff
to
up.
blow something up. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I just want to kill people, and that's fine.
In video games?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just going to clarify
only in
there.
video games. Come on.
Sometimes I just want to, tie someone to a train track and...
Except when I feel like playing Animal Crossing, and then that's just really wholesome. And sometimes you need that.
You should try it the other way around. It's nice.
You need it.
Imagine, play Animal Crossing, but pretend that you're a serial killer trying to hide your wicked
No.
ways. And whenever someone, quotations or you can't see because we don't have the video, whenever someone moves away, they're actually decomposing in your basement.
Ew!
It's like, oh no, Willie Pete, what happened to him? He moved away so fast. I don't know.
You know what's
Wow,
crazy,
That's
though?
a nice lamp you have there, Mayor.
Oh my god. You know what's crazy though? I bet you kids would love that because crids are crids.
Crids, the Krites.
Because kids are crazy nowadays. They love Hello Neighbor and Bendy and the Ink Machine, and these games are really cool. But they like that creepy factor, you know? So I think a horror Animal Crossing would actually do really
That
well.
would be glorious.
I think it would do well.
It's like you have to put in a weird code, like the violence code in RoboCop and Mortal Kombat, where it takes this nice happy game to a very dark place. It's like, oh, I got an upgraded shovel. It's resistant to rust caused by bodily fluids. You know, when you stab someone with a
You're so weird.
shovel.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, I don't have that much experience, so.
Stabbing people with
Okay.
shovels.
Okay.
Tend
you
to-
go
you
or
tend
did
to
I
stick
go?
to rakes. I just did Bulletstorm. Did you do one after that?
Let me take you back to 2005. It is the year 2005. Actually, I think it was more like 2006.
That's close enough.
You and I, tell me if you remember. You and I were sitting in a theater
I know what you're talking about now.
and we were going to watch Aragon.
Oh god, that awful movie. This was the best part of that movie experience right there, actually.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna watch Aragon. And the trailer for Gears of War comes on. And it played the Tears for Fears cover, Mad World.
Uh-huh. The Donnie Darko song.
Yeah, from Donnie Darko. I cannot remember who the person who covered that.
Some schmuck, who knows?
It was
He was a dude.
goodness, I can't remember. But
not
anyway,
important.
yeah. Really great song, really great trailer. And I feel like that kind of set the bar for trailers.
And it kind of created that. We got to have a song playing quietly in the background.
Or like a slow song
Yeah.
to like crazy war scenes or whatever. That was a really good trailer.
It was,
And I
it was.
remember
It was all
being like so enthralled and loving the song.
And then they just ran Gears into the ground.
I mean,
Took a while.
I had a good time playing.
Gears was great, yeah.
I mean, we played Gears together.
Yes.
And we co-opted through what, Gears 1, 2, and 3?
Yes.
Did we do Judgment?
No.
I don't think
Just
we did
1, 2, and
Judgment,
3.
but we did 1, 2,
I
and
was
3
done
together.
after 3.
And I mean, I had a good time. I can't say that I didn't have a good time. So,
Well, good.
yeah.
Well, that is an awesome choice.
Great trailer. Gosh, that feels like ages ago. It's crazy. It feels like another lifetime.
It was like almost 15 years ago.
Oh god.
Yep. Okay,
I
my
feel
turn.
old. Okay.
So next up, I'm going to steal one from Brittany, but then she didn't think about it, so it's okay. I'm going to talk about the trailer for Fallout 3.
Oh.
No. I don't want to set the world on fire. Although now you think about it,
I just want to start.
the flame in your heart. That's what brought along.
I love that
That
song.
almost heaven, West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
But it was just this cool thing of like an old radio sparking back to life, and it like
That's a
pulling out on
good
this old
trailer.
abandoned bus, and that was it. And they're like, okay, cool, sold.
Yes.
Take my money.
I can't believe I didn't think about that because that song, that's on my Spotify top songs of, Spotify makes a list for you, the top songs that you listened to the previous year. So obviously, because it's February, it just came out like a month ago. And that song is on there. I love that song. It's so good. Anyway, the Ink Spots.
Huh?
That's who sang that song.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure
I
anyway.
didn't know that was a game. What you got next, kid?
Okay, let me see.
You want me to go ahead and do my next one while you're...
Nope, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, so actually, it's not. I mean, it is a video game trailer, but it was kind of an advert. Okay, wait. I was gonna say it was kind of an advertisement, but trailers.
It was an advertisement.
An advertisement, but trailers are advertisements.
It was a commercial.
So yeah, it was a commercial for GameStop.
Okay.
And it was Assassin's Creed, but they had like a person.
Is it the one from
Unity?
the French one?
Yes.
Oh God.
What is it, my friend?
Ambush! An assassin with a spear. Man.
It was a trailer for the pre-order bonus for Assassin's Creed Unity, which was some type of spear. I don't even remember. And
I
that trailer.
believe it was the razor armor piercing spear.
Oh, look at
because
you.
I'm a loser.
I can't believe you remember that. Yeah. But that trailer was the best trailer. Occasionally, I look on YouTube.
Say what you want about GameStop. They made some really good commercials back in like the mid 2000s.
Yes. There was another commercial for Doom, which was super funny.
with the monster face.
Yes,
in the
for the
dentist's office.
poster.
It was like, oh.
So there's like a hole in the wall, and they put this poster over, and they hear screaming, because it looks like the Doom monster thing, demon thing, is breaking through the wall. It's amazing.
That was glorious. Well done.
That was a good one.
Ambush.
So good. I love that
With
trailer.
the worst French accent ever.
I
And we're
know.
just making it worse.
I know.
It's
I
great.
am.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry, choke. So this next one kind of came to me,
Okay.
and I don't know if anyone's gonna remember it. It was one of the trailers for Borderlands 2. Back when Borderlands was still funny and interesting. Not that I didn't play the crap out of 3, but it was the one that was playing.
I was gonna say you loved Borderlands
but it was
3.
still, like
Shut
when it
your
was
mouth.
still original and the humor wasn't obnoxious and like I just got tired of it after that. But
Mm-hmm.
it one that was playing that Doomsday song by Nero and had Claptrap like dancing on it and everything.
I remember that one. Yeah.
I remember it specifically because when it was doing all the flashes of different random words, it said 96.5% more wub wub. Mm-hmm. And it's
I remember that.
Wow, what does that mean?
That's when like dubstep was really getting popular.
Hence the Nero song.
Yeah. I do remember
But
that
that was
trailer.
a cool trailer. I don't remember much else about the trailer, but the song was good, and there was wub wub. And a beatboxing, dancing Claptrap. That was
You
before I wanted
definitely-
Claptrap to die.
I think he's precious, and you can't go wrong with Wub Wub. Just saying.
Everyone wants him to die now.
Everybody loves Wub Wub. I myself am a fan of
Of
Wub
the
Wub.
wub, of the wub
Of
wub.
Wub Wub.
I am also
Wub, wub,
a
wub, wub,
connoisseur of the wub.
Of the Wub Wub.
The wub wub.
That reminds me, you know what else was a really, really good trailer? Just, it came to me as you were talking about that. The Bayonetta trailer. Remember?
Yeah,
With
where
the,
she's going in for
LaRue?
the kill.
LaRue?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good trailer.
Uh-huh. What you got, bro? I got 2 more.
That's it. I actually don't
Oh,
have
you're
any
done.
more. Yeah, I'm
okay,
done.
well, I just rock and roll
I'm
then.
done, yeah.
Here's another one you probably should have remembered.
Okay.
The cinematic trailer for Bioshock Infinite.
Yes!
Where the guy wakes up underwater, but he's just in the fish tank.
How could I not?
And he gets chucked out the window and I forgot that. Oh my god. What was the guy called? The Clockwork Dude? Don't look at me like, oh, what was he called?
What was it called? Come on.
I don't remember.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I actually don't remember.
But yeah, that. So
I can't
whatever.
believe I don't remember.
And then you saw Elizabeth for a little while, and she gets yanked back into the thing, and then you fall off into the cloud. Oh, it was such a cool trailer. Oh my
God,
god.
those games are so perfect.
They're
And then the
pretty good.
way, even though I know 2 was 2K.
Two
but,
was
I mean,
two was good, but it wasn't
yes, it was.
memorable.
I really enjoyed seeing everything through the eyes of the little sister. I thought that was so cool. And like blood is rose petals, and all the dead people look like angels. That was actually really cool.
And it was nice because I could play that entire game with a drill. And I beat that entire game with nothing but a maxed out drill. By the time I maxed
I
that drill
believe
out
that.
and could deflect bullets and go full on just, ah! I didn't use any other weapons for like probably halfway into that game. I'm like, I don't need anything else. I've got my magical drill.
I believe that.
Whoosh! And it was the best.
I really believe it. But gosh, 3, Infinite tied it together so beautifully.
And then the DLC broke my heart.
I know.
And left me crying on the
so-
shore. It's okay. There's one possible dimension.
so
Elizabeth's
good.
fine. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid Levine.
Hey, aren't they supposed to be working on another one?
Allegedly.
Ooh.
But
But it's not going to be...
it's not going to be Levine, though.
Yeah.
He went off and he was working on some game, and that was like 7 years ago. And who
And
knows
whatever
where the heck
game
went.
he was working on, I don't actually remember. I have to look
He
into
never
it
said
again.
what it was.
But it sounded really cool.
Yeah.
He gave like a synopsis, like a little
But
synopsis of what it was supposed to be.
years ago.
Oh, yeah. I think
And we've
it...
yet to see anything about it.
I don't know, yeah.
So
Unless it quietly came out. I honestly haven't checked in a
we would have
while.
heard about it.
I feel like we would have heard about it too, but
My last
I'm going to
one.
look into it. Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart, yeah.
Yes.
That's coming out
I
this
forgot
year,
about that
allegedly.
one. That trailer.
Oh, that trailer was awesome. Oh my
Yes!
god, yes.
And that song is amazing.
Yes.
Another beautiful use of a song that works perfectly with the trailer, and the trailer is beautifully and smartly done. Such a good trailer.
Hopefully that game will be as good as that trailer is.
I hope so.
OMG.
When is that coming out?
Sometime this year, I think they said.
It kind of gives me that BioShock vibe.
That's what they're leaning very heavily on.
Yeah,
that,
definitely.
Which is fine. I'll take that. Russian Bioshock,
Yeah,
sure.
It's one of my favorites.
My last trailer
Okay.
is one that, at the time of its release, was a source of a great deal of contention for me, and has since become a favorite because of that. And that's the Space World beta trailer for Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker. The one where
Ganon and...
Nope, that was the one we saw before, where it was this really pretty, dark, edgy
Yeah.
Ganon versus Link to show off the GameCube's powers.
Yes.
And then, like, a year later,
Completely
it's
different.
Zelda trailer, and this door gets kicked open, and here's scrawny, big-headed, cartoony, wappy, slappy little sucker Link. And then
I mean, that's fine.
the world's jaw collectively drops, and we go, what is this? What is this crap?
It's a fantastic game.
Yes, it was. That's why I wanted to put on this list, because I saw it and I was just, I can't believe this garbage. And I hated that trailer, and I hated Zelda, and I hated Nintendo. It was ridiculous. Like, we have this awesome thing, and I wanted the dark, super cool, edgy, I want Link to have an eye patch and a machine gun and talk like Kurt Russell. And,
Oh my god.
and that's where back where I am now.
I feel like you got that with Breath of the Wild. I mean, he's certainly not Kurt Russell, but...
I feel like we got that with Twilight Princess. That was like the
oh,
super
yeah. Twilight Princess, definitely.
But I have grown. I've talked about this before. I've grown how much I love Wind Waker, because Wind Waker, I still maintain, is the
favorite.
darkest Zelda out
is.
there. It just with a nice happy candy coating, and everybody's dead. Although Breath of the Wild was also pretty bad as far as overall. Like, the kingdom's
Yeah,
been
but
destroyed and it's
do
ruled
you
over by giant robot
stab
demons.
Ganon in the face.
I think you do.
Right in the middle of the
Well, you're
forehead.
only fighting like the dark spirit
Yeah.
of Ganon
I
in
know,
that
it
one.
was
So
really cool. That was really cool because it was like different incarnations.
yep.
I liked that. That was really awesome.
But I just,
But yeah,
I just love that.
the ending actually totally took me off guard for Wind Waker.
Oh, were you stabbed in the forehead?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very shocking.
It's like, my goodness. Well,
you see cute little Link like...
he ain't getting up. but it was good.
Yeah,
It was
one of my
real good.
favorites. One of my
That
favorites.
that was my last one. I figured it bared mentioning on here because it is my
Definitely.
favorite Zelda now.
I'm actually surprised. I didn't mention. I thought about mentioning Zeldas, but I didn't. I was good.
I got your back, fam.
Thank you.
I got you.
Because I feel like it was expected. of
Unlike
me.
that garbage Charlie Brown Link's Awakening remake.
Hey, I love Link's Awakening.
It's
so
like, hey,
fun.
what do we want to do? Oh, let's make Link look like a pop vinyl figure.
I think he looks super
That'll
cute.
sell pops, right? Great.
I love the graphics. He's precious. I love him.
Wretch gag
He's
vomit.
precious.
Why couldn't it have been like Dragon Quest XI, where it's like you can play this thing or you can play it in the old version, just with nicer sprites and stuff. That's really cool about it. I don't know if you know about
That
the Dragon
kinda
Quest.
would've been cool.
It's neat. You can switch every time you get to a church. You can swap graphics between
Really?
3D and the old top-down 2D.
That's
like,
super cool.
NES version of it. It's pretty awesome.
But it looks prettier.
Ish. I mean, it's colorful, but it's like 8-bit.
Yeah,
looking,
yeah.
But yeah.
But I mean, like, do they look sharper?
Yeah.
You know?
It's HD.
Yeah.
It's not like the blurry mess that is. You ever want to have nightmares? Pause,
Oh, no.
play or look at a video of the original Legend of Zelda in HD and pause when Link gets an item. He looks like what was his name from the Goonies?
From Goonies?
Was
I
it?
don't remember.
It's like Slug or Slog or like, hey, you guys. He
Yeah.
looks like that. Link. That Link had a major deformity. Major, like the one that's in my mouth, apparently. Like, I'm so glad he saved the princess because my God, he wasn't winning any beauty pageants.
Oh, no.
That was the first thing I did with the Retron 5. Is just saw that and was like, okay,
It's fantastic. I love it.
Scary. But I think, apparently, I'm gonna talk like this for the rest of the show. Hey, y'all! Thanks for listening to Game Overcast. My name's Bubba Ray Matt, and this is my.
And y'all come back now.
Y'all come on back now. You hear? This is my co-host and compatriot, the lovely Steve. Thanks, Steve. You
Anytime.
wanna say goodbye to the folks?
Bye, everyone.
Wait, I have an idea.
Okay.
If someone wants to contact us via email,
Yes.
where would they go, Brittany?
You will not go to Wait, what?
That's correct. You're not going.
What did I say?
You're not going to go to gameovervideogames@podcast.com.
Oh, yeah. Gameovervideogames@podcast.com.
That will
That's
lead
not
you
real.
nowhere. That you might get strange emails from that one.
But what you can do is go to podcast@gameovervideogames.com. Now that one will work.
That one will actually get a response.
Maybe.
You may not like what it is, but it will get a response. I can personally
Way
guarantee
better
it.
than gameover@podcast.com.
I don't know who's
Or
going to
whatever
reply
it
to
was I
that
said.
one.
Yeah.
It might be a Russian.
Maybe.
It might be someone from Australia asking for a glass of water.
Who knows?
I don't know. Or someone from Southern California asking for a glass of water, for that matter. It might be me
aliens.
asking for a glass of water.
I'm not saying it was aliens,
But it was aliens.
but it was aliens.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks.
I'll see you next time.
Bye.